And Zechariah and Elizabeth throw a party for their son, John. It was the day of his circumcision, and they invite all of their family and all of their friends and neighbors. You can imagine the people that lived right around Zechariah and Elizabeth, right? Like seeing this couple, this older couple, and all of a sudden Elizabeth's pregnant, and everybody's rejoicing with them that they finally, that they got pregnant, they're going to have this baby. So everybody's there on the 8th day for this party, this celebration. And the people there, they say, well, you know what the baby's name is going to be. It's going to be Zechariah. Zechariah, just like his dad. And the mom, Elizabeth, says, no, his name is going to be John. And at first everybody's baffled, right? Like Elizabeth, there's no John in your family. Why the foreign name? There's no John in your lineage. And they ask Zechariah, what is his name? And they get a tablet, and he says, his name is John. And when he said, his name is John, his tongue was loosed. And for the first time in 9-10 months, he speaks. And he speaks a benedictus, a blessing. Now, if you had not been able to speak for 10 months and all of a sudden God miraculously gave you your voice back, and you had been praying for years, decades to have a child, and God had answered your prayers, and now you have an opportunity to speak, what might your benedictus, your blessing of God sound like? Like if it was me, it would be like, God, thank you so much. I can speak now. Or thank you so much, Lord, for hearing my prayers all of these years, for blessing me with a baby boy. And yet the focus of his blessing, his benedictus, is not on his ability to speak and not even on his baby, but on Jesus. After 10 months of silence, he finally speaks, and listen to what he says. Verse 68, let's look at it. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he has visited and redeemed his people and has raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spoke by the mouth of his holy prophets from of old, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all who hate us, to show the mercy promised to our fathers and to remember his holy covenant, the oath that he swore to our father Abraham, to grant us that we, being delivered from the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear, in holiness and righteousness before him all our days. And you, child, this is when he finally gets to talking about his own son, you, child, will be called the prophet of the Most High. For you will go before the Lord to prepare his ways, to give knowledge of salvation to his people and the forgiveness of their sins, because of the tender mercy of our God, whereby the sunrise shall visit us from on high, to give light to those who sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the way of peace. And the child grew and became strong in spirit, and he was in the wilderness until the day of his public appearance.